Coach, good morning. Thank you for your time. Now, just want to know, how many years have you been in the cut game business?
Since 2007.
Wow. How were you able to get into the boxing world?
I got into it from, I had tried it in 1991,
Yeah.
1991, and I got into the strength training part of it in, I guess 90s, I don't know what I say, maybe 97, 98.
97, 98.
97, 98, started just with one person, and I always wanted to do it and always wanted to be involved, but didn't know how to really get involved, and just got into it as a strength trainer. That's what I still do to this day.
Strength trainer.
I got into the cut business because I joined the gym when we first opened with Eddie Croft and Brian Schwartz, the undisputed boxing gym in St. Carlos. And we were, at the time it was 2006. 2005, they had just legalized MMA in California.
Oh, wow.
So we opened a boxing gym. I mean, they were martial artists. Eddie and Brian were both martial artists, black belts, kickboxing.
Yeah.
Brian was a champion. Eddie had fought kickboxing. Was obviously, he knew he was a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Fought for the world title. So it was all pretty much going to be a boxing gym. But because they had legalized MMA, everyone that came in the gym wanted to do MMA.
Wow.
Brian and Eddie had a relationship with Scott Coker from Strike Force. So people, you could literally come off the street, man, and have no fight experience at all, and get a fight in the cage and make some money. It was then, it was back then, that's what it was like. So everyone was like, yeah, I don't want to box. It takes forever to box. You got to start as an amateur, then you got to do this. You don't get paid. You turn pro for $50. But in MMA, you can make it, especially you can make like they used to do like a 1,000 to show, 1,000 to win, 1,000 to show, or 500 to win, 500 to show, which means you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
They had knockout bonuses. They had all this stuff. Anyway, we were at a Strike Force event. They had implemented their own Cutman, like UFC had done. Stitch Duran had done that, and he implemented that. And we were there. We had a young fighter, and I had done the strength training work, so I was there in the corner.
Yeah.
But Brian and them were all they were the trainers and everything. And basically, the Cutman was like, okay. He was telling our guy, don't worry, I got you guys. As we went out, I go, hey man, we're going out now to the fight. You coming? And he goes, I can't. I'm wrapping the guy's hands. I go, what do you mean? We're going to that fight right now. We need you. And he goes, I'll try to make it, man. I can't leave right now because of the rules of the athletic commission and everything. He can't stop and go out and work. Yeah. So it was wild, man. So it was like Jane, who's a cut man for Kung Lee, cut woman, and she still is to this day. Works for Bellator. She gave me a crash course in cuts. No medicine, just here's some gauze, here's pressure, here's an inswell. She gave me like an inswell. Wasn't even cold. It was just like, here's just put pressure and hope for the best. Wow. So I went out. Luckily, our guy knocked his opponent out in the first round. Wow. So there was no cuts. We didn't need to worry about it. That's good. And but after that, me and Brian were both like, we will never get caught like this again. I'm gonna learn it. So I basically started to learn how to do it. Wow. Which was very difficult. It was a very long road.
I can imagine.
Very long road.
How do you handle the emotion? Let's say in your first time, the first time you had a fight that had a really big cut.
You don't think about it. I didn't think about it. I just
went and treated it.
Did the best that I could. I just went for it.
Wow.
And you got to be like that. You can't wait. You can't sit back. You can't wait for someone to ask you. You just got to jump on it and do it. You do the best you can. Yeah.
So what's your advice to to beginner cutmen that that they get nervous? Even some cutmen that are still been in the game, they get nervous and their hands shake.
Yeah, I mean there's adrenaline. I mean my hand's not this steady. You can see right there. There's a little shake to that. I mean I'm not. It's okay to have adrenaline. It's okay to be excited. It's okay to if you do get up and you see yourself shaking a little bit, don't freak out. Just relax. Focus on what you have to do. If it's a cut, if it's swelling, focus on it. You have less than 50 seconds to deal with it. if you do the best you can to keep the fighter in the fight.
Yeah.
If there's multiple cuts and wounds, you prioritize.
Yeah.
If it's one over the eye, that's the first one you go for, so it impairs the vision. If there's one under the eye, that's the last one you deal with. It's not going to impair the vision or worry about the fight.
Yeah.
If it's swelling and cuts, you deal with the swelling and the cut.
Swelling and then the cuts.
You got to deal with it. You got to be on it and you really, the more, I see a lot of people, they don't address anything on the face early, but I do it from round one.
Round
I
one.
address.
That's good.
Even if the fighter hasn't been touched, I'm making
right
sure
there.
I keep. You just got to keep it going. You got to stay ahead of everything. You can't. You come in swabbed up.
Yeah.
That means your swab has medicine on it. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
You come in like there's going to be a cut in the first round.
Yeah.
When you enter that ring after the first round, you should be ready to address anything because many times you don't necessarily see it. And sometimes, and this has happened to me several times, there's a cut in the last 5 seconds before the round ends.
Wow.
So you might be ready to get up. That guy gets hit, there's a cut. You're like, oh shit, I gotta go get my stuff. No, you should be ready to go.
I see. That's good. Now,